So yesterday we talked about, playbook a little bit. What are some things inside it, variables, handlers, loops, how to use them, conditions, how to use tags, what is the use of tags and all. We'll continue the same today. A few more things to use in a playbook. So before, going to start, the playbook can be smaller or bigger. It all depends on your requirement. Let's say I want to install 10 tools or I want to do 10 tasks. So let's say as an example, obviously you will be writing 10 tasks in a playbook, right? That's what it is, right? So depends on your requirement. You will be doing, you'll be selecting, you'll be working on your playbook. So we'll see some advantages in playbook, let's say what we can do with this, or if this scenario happened, what to do. If this scenario is there, how to do it. So these kind of things which we are currently looking into it. So I don't need to specifically tell you how to install something with this or how to write something with that because all are same. I'm just You just write a task and you use it. That's what. So writing is depends on you. So hope it's clear what I'm saying. I'm just creating a new instance because this will act as a node, another node of Ansible. We only have one node, so I just want to have two, just to show you. That's it. So security, not visible. Okay. Obviously, it will take some time because I'm still connected to my mobile network. My Wi-Fi is still not working, but it's okay. I think you should hear my voice better. No issues. So now let me log into master Ansible master. hmm So once I log in, what is the first thing I need to do? Because I got a new node, right? I need to establish SSH communication with this node. That's what, right? Ansible uses SSH to communicate with the node. Since it's cloud, by default, if it is not general, on-prem machine, okay, so we set a password, we have a password, and now we'll use the password to log in. So that you can copy SSH also, SSH keys and also with the password. But here, it's cloud, so there is no password. That's why they gave us the key. So I told you this already, but just telling you again. So since the cloud, there is no password. Without password, we can't do it. So that's why we are disabling the key-based authentication and enabling the password. That's it. You can use either password or you can use both key also. So both. This is not SSD config will open. I know I'm trying to not to lose my patience here with this speed. If you're any one of you using Geo, is it same for everyone or is it for me only? See, I should port Airtel, but I have an year recharge, so I don't want to waste it. hmm This is the file configuration file. So we have to enable first root login because I'll be using root user. So it depends on, but I mean mostly don't use root user just for testing and class purpose I'm using it. But usually in our organization, no one gives you root access. So you'll have your own user with the sudo permissions, with a little bit restrictions, so that you can have your own, user to log in and everything. So you don't need to log in everything with root. Sorry. Oh, my bad, my bad. SSD. Yes, it's done. Now what is the IP of this? Yes, public IP obviously. SSH hyphen copy hyphen ID root at the rate. This will automatically copy the public key dot pub which we have. What? Oh, sorry, root user. Because in Ubuntu user there is no key. So by default, as which user you execute this command, that key will copy. Because each and every user will have its own .sh directory, right? So password is nothing. So it's copied. So now I got access. I can simply log in. Let's say SSH. What is IP? This one I believe. Sorry. 15.207.114.236. See, I logged in. So now SS communication is done. Now how to do this? So, I mean, how to connect this node with Ansible? Inventory file. Remember? See, inventory file. You can add two IPs. What is the latest one? This one. Copy somewhere. And next, what is the other one? The old one. So, come on. Yes. Copy. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Paste it like this. You can paste like this, or you can have your own group like this also. You can type. There is no issues. Now let's run our sample playbook. Sorry. So now I gave here test, correct? So it will do all of these tasks in test node. Now I want to do in prod. Just simply type prod. Or you want to do in both. Simply type all. So whatever the groups present, or whatever the nodes present in the inventory, it will execute this task in all those things, in all those nodes. Let's try. Yes, obviously for the first time, so it will ask. If you observe there, two nodes, see, two nodes, see two nodes. It's showing two two. Failing, I'll tell you why. But if you observe two nodes, it tried to do in two nodes. This is one node, and now one node it failed. 15, 13. Obviously, see. Failing, I'll tell you why. We discussed that yesterday. But you can see the output, right? It is running on both nodes. If you have 100 nodes, it will run on 100 nodes. There is no issue. Correct? So now, mm, let's open why it failed. Simple. Where is the installation? I think at the installation only it failed, I believe. Yeah. You know why? We have used apt here, but the new instance which I created, this is Red Hat. Sorry. See, this Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux, it's yum, not apt. So that's why it failed. So what I told them, we have Ubuntu node, we have CentOS node. Both are, I mean, Red Hat node. So both installations are different, right? Then what you have to do? Simple. Just copy paste this, add a when condition. Simple add when condition. Ansible underscore OS underscore family. So this will execute apt, is whatever this is, when OS family is equal to Debian. Obviously, Ubuntu is a part of a Debian. Now copy the one. Sorry, my bad. Now install Nginx. Maybe the name is in RHEL apt no yum. It should be changed. Tags maybe Nginx. Sorry, something. Ansible OS family will be Red Hat. So now if it is Red Hat, it will install this. If it is RHL, it will execute this. It will skip this. But these are same. These are fine. These copy command. These are fine. So there is no issues with this one. URL download is same everywhere. Let's try. Let's try. Let's create this. I don't want to confuse you with the output. Gather facts. Got it. See there. See. See. Of course. Start Nginx failed because the service name might be different. But see here, installation will change, right? See, install in Nginx. One is skipped. You know why it is skipped? Because the condition is skipped. It only run one job. Of course, start Nginx failed because system city unable to start Nginx. Some reason, what is this? I don't know. System city and Nginx. If you try, let's see. This is just troubleshooting steps, not Ansible for some reason. Let's try. It started. Oh, I got it. Service command. We are using service command, right? Sorry. Service command. Same thing. Not available in CentOS. Let's try this. Service is there here then. Service. What is that? Nginx start. Just example. Okay. Not bad. We are returning to. It's obviously status. Where is active? It's active. It should be running. Maybe by default it started already. Now it failed. Change false message. Unable to start Nginx. Let's try again. Let's see. No, sorry. Let's see if it fails or not. Obviously, it is failing to start in 13. I mean, our new nodes. This is the old node. Okay, okay, okay. 13 is the old one or new one? Let me just see. 13 is the old one. Why it is? Why can't it start in old one? In new one, it's working. Sorry, node it's failing. Some reason. I believe there is Apache already running in this node with 80 port. So Nginx is also trying to run with 80 port. I believe that one. So obviously it won't work. But let's see. Let's confirm. Why to get a conclusion? Obviously, blah blah blah. Come on. Yes, please.
I can't hear you, bro.
Can you hear me? Now can you hear me? Hello. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Can you hear me now? Hello. Hello, can you hear me, guys? Guys, can you hear me now? This is better. Too good. I should switch to Airtel immediately. Just bear with me, please. Why the hell is not connected to my mobile data? Just a minute, just a minute. Let me just see. Guys, you there?
Yes,
Yeah,
Anna.
yes.
Hello? Yeah,
Yes, Anna.
yeah, let's continue. My bad, sorry. My Wi-Fi is not working since yesterday. So, yeah, can you see my screen? So, I told
Yes,
you,
bro.
right, it was failing. Let's run again. So, in old node, the Nginx start task is failing. You know why I believe it's because Apache is already running with the same port number. So due to that, it should be failing. So let's try. This is the old node 13. Mhm. See, it's running. That's why we can't start Nginx. It will fail. Let's try. So just it will fail. Now what I'll do is I'll simply stop Apache. Let's run this. So it should it will run now. See, it started. That's all. I mean, I'm just showing you like how to run your task. in multiple nodes as well, like these. So is it got it? I mean, how you add a new node and how it runs. So and of course adding the conditions which I just told yesterday. So is it clear?
Yes, bro.
Let's say now I have two nodes. I have a scenario now. I want to run the task only in one node. One node. How to do that? Let's say maybe this copy. I just want to copy this task to one node, not two nodes. I don't want it. At the time, how to do it? So you're restricting your task to only one node. You know how to do? Simple. Just keep. There is an option called delegate underscore to, and let's say prod as an example. So now this delegate underscore to, what it will do is this will make sure this task runs only on this prod group. Is it prod group? Let's see. Yes, this is prod group. Let's try. Let's try this. If it works or not. If it's not working, we'll see. This all will run. But copy C could not resolve. Oh, wait. You have to use the IP address or host name. Sorry, my bad. Because it is trying to, you have to give the whole name, the original name of, not a group name. You have to give the original. Uh, Sorry, my bad. What is that? 13 something. You have to give this name, your host name or your IP address, anything. So not the Ansible group name. Ansible group name limited to Ansible, but here, of course, this is also Ansible, but we are restricting at a node level, right? So we have to give the IP address. Let's see. If you observe, it only copied to one node, not two. Even though it is shown, but it's copied to one node. Just redirect it into this one because we gave it specifically. There are two nodes, of course. It's trying two nodes, but we told run in only one node. So that's why it's running only in one node, not this one. That's why the arrow mark symbol is different here. So that delegate kind of handling we can able to do with the delegate underscore two to2. Sorry. Oh, so is it clear? Delegate underscore two.
Clear.
Now let's take one more thing. Maybe as example, like let's remove the delegate. We don't need it now, at least. If I run this playbook, it will run. Observe it running one by one, right? Correct? See, observe it. So one task after the other. Let's try again. See, one. Like that, it's running, right? Let's try adding this one. Do you see any difference in speed? Or let's try a bigger number, maybe. Do you see any change? You know why I'm saying is generally what happens. Let me show you again. So it's one by one task, obviously, and one by one node. If you observe, first it is coming and second this. First this coming and second this. Let's observe again. You might have not observed it. Sorry. Let's see. One by one node it will run. See, 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 like that. Correct? Now let's try from here to I just simply give. Anything changed?
Both at the same time. It's running both
Yes.
nodes at the same time.
There is something called, concept called. Let me write it first. Where is it? Yeah. Parallelism in concurrency. You might have heard this concurrency or parallel task. In general terms, same thing can be applied in Ansible. There is something called forks and serial. What's happened here is generally, with forget about these forks and serial. Generally, in Ansible, what happens is when you write a playbook, obviously, and when you execute it, it will be one by one approach. It will be one by one after the other. Slowly, it will take it one by one. That's how generally it will work. But we have, let's say, 100 tasks in our playbook. Imagine how much time it will take. Imagine how much time it will take. So let's say for now 5 tasks, and that's a very simple task. Maybe maximum for us is it's already installed. Mostly maximum I would say maybe 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute I would say. Just imagine 100 tasks or 1,000 tasks. I mean, a scenario. I'm just saying how much time it will take. We simply execute the script and we have to check that whether it is working or not, failing or correct. So it's kind of wasting the time, right? I mean, not wasting, we're spending more time. Is there any way that can be reduced? I mean, is there any way we can run the script faster? Yes, with these forks and serial concepts, we can able to run our playbook faster because these supports parallelism and concurrency. So forks, which I told just now, hyphen f, simply you can pass, or hyphen fork also you can pass, no problem. So what this will do is, when you use fork, Ansible will take the first task. It will take one task, and it will execute in both nodes at the same time. So once that is finished, it will go to the next one. So let's say now if I gave two nodes here, sorry, f is equal to 2, or you can give simply f and forks also, that is also fine. F is equal to 2. This is also fine. Or sorry, let it finish. Or where is it? Hyphen forks. You can give 5. Default 5 it is, I mean, obviously. If you don't give also, it will take 5. Like this. This will run the task. First, what it will do is it will take the first task. What is the first task? This one. This is gather facts by default. Don't forget. Don't think as a task. This is a task. It will take this task. And what we gave 5. And it will take 5 nodes. It will take 5 nodes. This task will be executed in the 5 nodes at the same time, parallelly. Once this is done, next task, 5 nodes. Next task, 5 nodes. Next 5, like this. Let's say if I give 50, it means the task, first task, I mean, each and every task will run on 50 nodes at the same time. Now imagine this time, how much it is reduced, correct? See, one by one we are running. Well, let's say I have only one task. Imagine one task is there, 50 servers, 50 nodes. So one task, it will be running in one node, node 1, node 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 something. It will run. How much time that will take one by one? Or imagine at a time 50 we can run with this forks approach. How it will be? See the performance, you got it right what I'm saying. The difference, that much it will be there with forks. So by default, forks value is 5. I mean, maximum 5. It can run parallelly, but it will be disabled by default. Let me just open here with. So it is the Ansible. Ansible, what is the main configuration file? Ansible.cfg. So in the CFG, there will be somewhere slash forks. So search for fork C. Fine. You can simply uncomment it. Yeah, let's keep it 5. It's okay. No worries. We have only 2, but yeah, let's keep it 5. You can change, you can uncomment like this, and this will be applied to all the playbooks. Or if you don't want to apply to all the playbooks, maybe only for specific playbook, pass like this. Hyphen f is equal to number or hyphen force is equal to number. So which this will be applied to only that playbook when you run. So this forks will be useful in running the tasks parallelly. Tasks. So it will pick one task, one by one task. It will also take one by one task, but it will run the task in multiple hosts at a time. But generally, Ansible, what it will do, it will take one task, run in one node, and second node, and fourth. So the task is one by one. Obviously, we can't change that. But nodes also one by one in general. But with forks, we changed that a little bit, like to have to run the task parallelly in multiple nodes with the help of forks. So is it clear? Is it clear so far? Any doubts in the fork? Sorry,
Yeah.
someone said something.
No, bro.
So that's about forks. Running, taking up a task and running them simultaneously in multiple nodes. Taking a task. I mean, not just one task. Obviously, whatever you mentioned in the playbook, it will take one by one, obviously, and of course, run in multiple, uh, you know, in multiple nodes at parallel. Now there is something called serial. What is this then? What I told, okay, forks. It will take. It will go by task level. I mean, task by task. It will take first task in multiple nodes and go to second one, go to third, fourth, fifth, like this. Let's say the scenario change now. Let's say there is a deployment I need to do. So how usually we do deployment? Let's say we deploy for one or two servers and we go for remaining like this, just to make sure that there is no downtime. So this serial, what it will do, when we use serial, this will run the whole playbook in the nodes at a time. I mean, like let's say forks means run this task parallelly in 50 nodes, right? But serial run the whole playbook in those 50 nodes. I mean, based on the number what to be. So let's say, but serial usually works with the batch wise. We can divide. We have to divide them in the batch wise. I mean, divide means we don't do anything extra. We just tell what are the number of instances for a batch. That's it. And what it will do is it will take that number of servers, and execute the whole playbook in that server. Once that is done, then it will go to next batch and execute the whole playbook, not just one task, whole playbook. We'll use it. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll see it. Once we see it, I'm pretty sure you'll understand it. So where is it? Sorry, let me open the file first. Let's open the ML file. In the ML file, simply go to host. Where is it? Host. Top right. Simply type serial 1. So now what it will do, this will execute the whole playbook in one node at a time. Let's see the difference now. Ansible. Let's remove the forks. I don't need it. Wait. First we have to comment this forks also, because this, when we change here, it will apply to whole Ansible. You know what's happening now? It's running in one node. Observe there. Now it's running in a second node. See the difference. How you try? Like a batch wise, right? First batch, it took first batch and run the whole playbook, maybe until there is until here. Once the task is done in the node, the batch, second, like that. See the difference. How is it? Now by this, what you understand is serial will run the whole playbook in the number of servers, whatever we mentioned here. In the number of servers, whatever we mentioned here, it will take those servers. From where? Of course, from our inventory file. So it will run the whole playbook in those servers, whatever the servers, let's say 20 I mentioned. It will run the whole playbook in those 20 servers at a time. And then next one, next batch, like a batch wise. So we went to mess, obviously. So once they finish, then we'll sit, right? But how do we sit? Let's say if the row is there, one guy finished his meal, do we sit immediately there? No, right? If the whole row is finished, we'll remove and clean it, and next batch will sit. Same thing applies here. So first batch, based on the number, it will take the first batch, and it will apply the whole playbook, not just a single one, whole playbook. Obviously, if it fails, it will fail. So if it's success, it will go to the next batch. That's what. So is it clear? Is clear about serial? Not just the
Yes,
number,
bro.
you can have a percentage also in serial. That's advantage. Let's say 30%. If it's 30% means I don't know how many nodes are there. Maybe 100. 30% means 30% servers as a batch. Like it means 30, 30, 30. And 30 means 90, right? Sorry, or let's say 100 divided by 30. How much percentage? I don't know. It will take that like that. It will divide the batches automatically based on the percentage. Based on how many nodes you have. You can give anything. 50. No worries. You can use it. I mean, of course, you have to give in quotes, not just, randomly. You have to give like this. It will divide the servers, whatever the Ansible nodes we have, into 50%, and it will run it. Is it clear? Is it okay? Any doubts so far? We have one more
Yeah.
advantage here. Let me show you. Let's say I want to have batches, but different batch sizes. Maybe first batch will be 10 servers, second batch 5 servers only, third batch 10 servers again. Just I just want to differentiate like that. You can do it. Let me just simple. Hyphen space. First batch will be 2. First batch will be 1. Second batch will be 100. Third batch will be just 2. So like this. So it will divide all the servers into batches like this. First batch it will take 1. It means it will run the whole playbook in one server, whatever the one server. Next it will run the whole playbook in the 100 servers. Second batch, right? Third batch in 2 servers like this. Like this also you can divide. See? Like this, serial wise, I mean like a batch wise, it will run the whole playbook. I'm telling you, right? Whole playbook uh, in the batches, whatever the batch number we mentioned. So is it clear? If it is forks, what does the forks mean? Forks run a task level in multiple nodes at a time. But serial executes the whole playbook. Whole playbook, I'm telling you. Again, do remember the difference. Whole playbook in the multiple servers based on the batches. Because they'll ask in interviews these kind of questions. What is the difference between forks and serial? We have to say it. Forks means so it will run the task in multiple servers at a time based on the fork value which we give. And serial usually works on batch wise. So we give number of nodes should be in a batch, and it'll take the batch, run the whole playbook in the batch, not just single task. That is the difference. You got it? Sorry, you got it? So
Yeah.
that's about nodes parallelism in Ansible forks and serial usually. We'll be using it whenever deployments will be using, sorry, serial will be using for deployments, because we have 10 servers. Let's say I want to deploy for five servers at a time, or three servers at a time, or two servers at a time. The whole playbook will run in the two servers, but because the remaining servers will be up and running, right? So due to to reduce the downtime, less downtime, so we'll try like this. Of course, now Kubernetes is there, obviously, but earlier we used to use this. So that's about sorry, um, parallelism, serial, and forks. So we have a few more small things to discuss. Let's close it today. Mm, I told you delegate to, obviously, correct, right? Did I told it? Only run in specific node. I think, yeah, I told it. And there is few more thing called there is one more thing called check check mode. What is the check mode is, let's say you want to check the command before running it. Of course, there is something called dry run. You can run like, oh, dry run is wrong. There will be some, what is the syntax? No. Did I forget the command? Some command is there. Sorry, it will show you what happens. Yeah, might have forgot it, but I'll tell you. Don't worry. So dry run is there. Similar to that, we have something called check mode. Check mode, what happens is it will just check whether the command is changing anything or not. Like simply you can go any task, check underscore mode colon yes. So what happens is, if this check mode will help you whether it is really changing anything or not. Let's try if it is make any difference. Ah, sorry, serial. Of course, sorry, my forgot. So it will try to check this one whether it is changing or not. I mean, if the task is really changing or not. I know it's not much useful. This will useful when we use some error handling that we'll discuss now. Sorry, there is something called error handling. Sorry, this one, Ansible. Like let's say, usually something fails. Let's say, example this one. Uh, Sorry, maybe yeah, this one. Engineering something. If I do some purposefully I did it wrong, so obviously playbook will fail, right? And it won't move forward. So wherever it fails, it will stop right there. So scenario is like, even if there is a failure, ignore them, ignore them. Let's see if this works or not. So even if it failed, it will move on next to next state. Let's see. See, even it's failed, but the playbook did not stop. It moved on. That's what we told. Hey, if there are any errors, just move on. Don't stop the, don't fail the playbook. So like this you can able to use. I'll remove the serial just. So like that you can use ignore errors. That is one approach. So there is like one more small thing called registering the tasks. How to do it is like, let's say, sorry, before registering, what to say? What to, let me think. Yeah, maybe register. So register is something like, in Ansible, let's say we have four tasks, right? Maybe, five, sorry. I want output of this task and use it in this task. So from first task, I want to use the output from the first, whatever the output it's giving, I don't know what. So I want to use the output from here and use it here. So how to do that? So that's when we use it register. So register, what we do is like, when we register a task, register is used to capture the output of a task simply. And it will capture the output of a task and store in a variable. So that variable can be referenced in another task within the same playbook only. Remember that. Let's say I registered this task, and it will store the output of whatever this is in variable. And the variable I can use in anywhere here in this playbook, not other playbooks. So let's say I'll write a new task like ls something. Ls will print something, right? Obviously, I'll store the output, and I'll use that output somewhere in next one. So this will be useful. I mean, like, whenever you want these kind of scenarios, like you want to register some output. Let's say you're pinging a server, ping some server with Ansible. The ping output you have to use it, right? You have to know the output, right? So that time you use this register task. So how to use this is simple. Just you have to give. Let me write a new task name. Test register something. Task, any task, whatever the command. I'll simply use command ls slash root just for test, and I'll use register here. Some name, whatever the name you can give, any name. Now this test has the output from this command, whatever is executed. This has this output. Now you can use this output. So how to use this output? So you can create another task. So that's what we want to do, right? So if let's say this ls root, whatever it's executed, sorry, now we have the output. Let's keep it simple. I mean, we have the output now. Now we want to just see the output, or we want to use this output somewhere, maybe next one. No, how would you use it? Let's write another task. Some name. Sorry. I want to name get output something from whatever it is, and I want to see the output, right? Obviously, that's what I want. There's something called a debug. This debug will show you the message. What message you want to see? Whatever the output is present in here. Of course, this is a variable as I told you. So this command is executed when you register a task. The output of the whatever the task will be stored in the variable. So you have to use the variable. How to use the variable? You have seen yesterday with the double brushes. So test dot stdout. Let's try this whether it will print or not. Ansible playbook. Oh my bad. Obviously, quotes. I forgot. Yes. Mm-hmm. Blah blah blah. These are all done. Let's start. I forgot to update that. I forgot to change it. Yes. Now let's wait for the or register task. See, this is the output it got. Of course, these are two servers. In one server there is sample.or file. In another server, this file sample. This line by line slash n means next line. But that's how Ansible shows us. These files are there. So what we're doing is we're registering a task. Why? Maybe I have a use case that I want to use that output of the task somewhere in my next task, anywhere in the playbook, not just here. You can use anywhere in the playbook. So I'll register a task and I can use this test.std output to print that one, whatever the output is there. So that's how we can register a task and get the output of the task in another task. We can be able to use it in another task. So is it clear? Register.
Yeah.
So mostly that's it. Let me show you a few things. I missed it. There is something called these things become. Usually what happens is you can with this become you can control as which user you want to run the playbook in the nodes. Let's say for now Ansible is running as root user, and if you are running the tasks, of course, in the nodes, right, it will run in the nodes, not in the master. So in the nodes, it will use the root by default because that's how we made the SS connection. Default is root. See, here also it mentioned. That's okay. Default is root. But let's say you want to change the user. Maybe you want to, change some user. At the time, you can define this. Become user. Become user. You can able to use. Where you can able to use, you can define in the playbook, or you can write a command like this: hyphen become a user next to the playbook, like this. Hyphen become hyphen user. Maybe Ubuntu try like this. Let's see. In one, let's see. It's running as Ubuntu like this, but by default root obviously. So let's execute this. Sorry, not this. Edit this. You can simply add become. If you want to add become, like this. Become user. Yes, like this. Sorry. Like this you can able to use. So here what happens is this will become as that user. Here is it. So you can try these things also. I'm not showing currently, but try this. Okay. So become method means it will use the sudo in front of it. Become user, as you can run operations as this user. Any username you can give. It has to be exist obviously in this node, but yeah, you can give any username. So if the user have enough permissions to run the task, whatever you mentioned in the playbook, obviously it will run. If not, it will fail obviously. But if you don't mention anything, by default root. See, runs operations as this user. Default is root. Default is sudo. So it will be applied as a root user. But in some few organizations, mostly, no one likes to run as a root user. Why? Because security restrictions, and it may cause a few errors because root have all access, right? So that's why we'll run as a normal user, Ubuntu user, or some other user they'll create, and they'll give some enough permissions for that user to run the playbooks, and they'll do it. That's all. So that's it about today's class. Forks, serial, and what other things we discussed. I don't remember. You have to say it. Yes, delegates
delegates,
and register.
ignore,
Sorry,
ignore
these are
errors,
not like a
register.
specific topics. These are small, functions as a part of a playbook. That's it. So now our playbook concept is done. Now write a playbook based on a requirement, based on your task. Do it. Try it out multiple scenarios. If it is failed, ping me. First Google it. Try to figure it out. If it's still not, ping me. Got it? Tomorrow we'll have a new topic. I mean, Ansible only, not finished yet. A new one in Ansible. Of course, it will be related to playbooks only, so not a complete new topic. It's just like Kubernetes manifest file and Kubernetes values. What we did in Kubernetes, we used to write manifest files, everything in a file, but we don't want that. We have used a Helm chart, right? Different directories, but same thing. I mean, just to create a task only, create a deployment or pod something, but in different format because Helm chart can be reusable. In Ansible also, imagine playbook as a manifest file, and there is a similar concept called role, similar to Helm charts, where we can able to reuse in Ansible. But okay, that we'll see tomorrow. It's very easy. Don't worry. Same thing we'll write. So I think role one thing, and we do have vault. Today's Thursday, right? So role will be Friday, vault, and yeah, I think yeah, we can continue Saturday and Sunday. No worries. So hope it's clear today. I'll upload the video. Do practice, and we'll meet tomorrow same time. All right. Bye. Bye all.
Okay.